It's frightening to find out someone you love has cancer, and that includes the special animals in your life. 1 in 4 dogs will die of cancer, and many more will suffer the disabilities of this disease. Tonight, an in-depth look at canine cancer, the treatment options, and how to make some very tough decisions.
Roll over. Good girl.
Whether performing tricks or just strolling down the street, 12-year-old Berkeley is definitely the center of attention at the Lawson house.
Berkeley, are there squirrels? Did you check the screen?
Watching her frolic in the yard, you'd never guess this Jack Russell Terrier has survived 2 serious bouts with oral cancer. She survived because Kyle and Laura Lawson had the resources and resolve to help her.
He found a tumor in the back of her mouth and went ahead and did surgery, and he removed most of the cancer cells. But in order to get all of them, he needed to remove part of her jaw. And so we just didn't really feel like that was a good option.
The option they chose was a procedure called photodynamic therapy. The cutting-edge technology is supposed to kill cancer cells, but not healthy cells.
She's given a solution that makes her body sensitive to light, and then she's put under, and then they use the laser and oxygen to kill the cancer cells. And it's about a 20-minute procedure.
That procedure was costly. The Lawsons spent several $1,000s, and they had to fly Berkeley out of state. Berkeley was cancer-free for 2 years, but another cancer appeared on her tongue this past February, and about a month ago, they went through it all again.
I think the hardest part is just not knowing what the best thing is, because we can't explain it to her, and she can say, well, I want to go through this, or I don't want to go through it.
The Lawsons aren't alone. We dog owners love our pets. And considering cancer is the top killer in dogs over 2, many of us will have to make this heartbreaking decision on how to cope with canine cancer.
The decision to treat these animals is really a deep, thought-provoking situation. A lot of worry, a lot of depression, a lot of the ups and downs that people would experience in the treatment of themselves.
Greg Bealey is Berkeley's veterinarian. He says there are no clear-cut answers when it comes to canine cancer.
If you have an old pet that has almost run her race as far as her old age goes, to me this is a time when you really have to stop and take a step back and think, is it really going to benefit her? Is it going to increase her life span by putting her through something that can be very, very invasive to her system? I have a hard time thinking that chemotherapy, for example, is for every animal, just like in people. Sometimes the treatment can be every bit as damaging to the animal as the cancer is.
Canine cancer options are about the same as human options. Chemotherapy and radiation are the most common, but experimental treatments and holistic choices are available too. Finding the money and time to dedicate to a dog with cancer is difficult, but the Lawsons have no doubt the investment in Berkeley is worth it. There are promising new advances in treating canine cancer, just as there are with human cancer. The Morris Animal Foundation is one of the groups at the forefront of that research. We have provided a link to that foundation at kitv.com.